make a request. You know, I want to make sure that there's not an issue about my client Sarah Boone and I manufacturing the defense. And there's a second doctor, Dr. Michael Brannon.
Spell that last name for me, sir.
Dr. Michael Brannon.
B-R-A-N-N-E-N?
He spells it B-R-A-N-N-O-N. He was the forensic psychologist in the Marsha Thompson case. That was the Palm Beach County first-degree murder where she shot and killed her husband. Shot him 9 times. He was laying on the couch and was acquitted of first-degree murder back in July of this year. That was a 2019 case, so that took a while to get to trial. But Dr. Brannon testified that a battered woman's experiences affect her perception of imminent danger. And that's going to be a question in this case, whether or not Sarah Boone, at the time of her actions, was facing imminent danger. In addition, Dr. Brannon said victims of repeat violence may fear death in situations others would not.
And?
I've tried to reach out to Mr. Brannon this weekend unsuccessfully, and my intent is to reach out to him. I'm hoping he's going to respond. He claims on his website that he responds within 48 hours. That's the only other witness I'm going to need an appointment for a forensic psychologist. So 2 forensic psychologists, Dr. Julie Harper, Dr. Michael Brannon, and then the...
Welcome back in forensic psychologist, expert witness, Dr. Michael Brannon. Great to see you both. Oh boy. Okay, so you were really the star of that trial, the breakout star of that trial. Your expertise really shined. Looking at this case, and I know you haven't personally evaluated Sarah Boone, but based on what you know and the facts we see them, do you think she could be successful on a battered spouse syndrome defense?
Well, good morning, Julie, and Melba, too. Good morning. So it's a very difficult defense, even when everything is all put together nicely for the defense to occur. And there has to be a number of different elements that fit in order for the battered spouse defense to be successful. And in this particular case, you know, there's a reason why people go through a lot of different attorneys. Some of them may just be stall tactics. Some may be trying to establish a certain defense. But attorneys may be, and again, I didn't talk with her, I don't know that much about the case, but attorneys may have already told her, listen, you don't meet the elements of this, or this is not going to be successful, trying to give her the benefit of their legal knowledge and background, and she may not have been willing to accept that. She may have heard from other inmates or family members, or she may have seen court TV and thinks it may be a good idea, but the facts of that, the elements may not apply directly to her case. Sure. So you'd want to know right away whether there's any control tactics that were being done by the victim in this case. Was there a pattern of abuse? Was it ongoing? And was the individual, the victim in this case, so controlling that she wasn't allowed to contact, be in touch with other individuals, be in touch with family members to try to get help? And did she make other attempts to try to get away from the abuse? And I'd also note that the method of death here that was utilized by Ms. Boone on the victim, it would be unusual for a battered spouse case. Usually the actions are impulsive, they're quick, a quick gunshot or a quick stab wound. But this type of killing is really unusual and almost unheard of for battered spouse cases. So they'd have to overcome that as well, because it appears that there's some thought, some intent, but also some lingering time for her to think about what she's done. And oftentimes those are not synonymous with battered spouse defenses.